Hey, good morning, everyone. Greetings from Orlando, Florida. How are you guys doing? It's hot down here, man. I'm recording this at just before 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. 102 degrees yesterday. It already feels like it's in the 90s, so it's hot and humid, and it's going to be some time spent in the pool today. We left on Wednesday morning, 5 a.m., and drove to Roanoke, Virginia, where I spent an incredible evening with my good friend Sam St. John, and we picked a couple of tunes. I'm going to apologize in advance. I thought I was not feeling it, and we struggled a bit getting them recorded, but I think they turned out okay. You'll be hearing them and uploaded in the next week. We did 3 songs. And also came up with our band name, the Cosmic Torpedoes, thanks to our good friend Randall Nelson. So, arrived in Orlando 7 p.m. on Thursday, just settled in for the night. And yesterday, I brought down with me a whole bunch of books. Like I'm an avid reader, especially of music biographies, and I brought down a box full of books. I don't know how many books I brought down, maybe 20 books or something like that. And also a box full of CDs that I was purging. And I took them to this place called Bright Light Books in Winter Park, Florida, which is a great store. And they've got tons, just a great selection of books. I mean, it's a pretty big store. And then a bunch of CDs and records, and it's all, mostly used stuff and that. And it's awesome. Anyway, I took this stuff into trade, and they said it would take a couple hours to go through it. So about an hour, I'm just looking around, grabbing stuff, and about an hour or so into it, I went up and said, "Oh, how's it progressing?" and all that. And she said, "Well, so far your credit's at $125." And I went, "Whoa, that's pretty good." So she said she's going to be another hour. So I was with my niece, actually, so we took off and we went to a couple more stores and did a couple of errands, and then came back in an hour, and they were done. My credit was 300 and like $30 or something like that. I was blown away. Like, to a Canadian U.S. money, that's $400 Canadian. I don't know. I was just couldn't believe it. Anyway, so I picked up a few things that I'm going to show you, and which totaled about $50, and then it's all CDs and a couple of books. Then I said, "Is there any way I can get cash?" Because I didn't want to spend another. I would have had $280 in cash, $284, I think, in credit, and I would have had a hard time spending it there. So they said, "Yeah, you can take half the value in cash." So I walked out with $142 US dollars that I can take to a real record store and pick a few things up, which will probably be my next video. Anyway, so I'll show you the CDs I picked up. I picked up a couple of books. I bought a Brian Wilson autobiography. Should be interesting. And also have become a big fan of an author by the name of Michael Conley, who wrote The Lincoln Lawyer, and he's written a series about another LA detective called Bosch, which is now a series 2, which is on Amazon, that's how it got me into it, started watching that. And so let's get into the music. Speaking of Randall Nelson, coming up with our band name, Randall Nelson is a big fan of this band, and I've never paid any attention to them, but I saw this CD there and thought, this is a good opportunity for me to grab it. The Replacements, Don't Tell a Soul. I'm really excited to hear this. Have not listened to it yet. I don't have a CD player in the house here, so I have to listen to these things in the car. This is a 2008 Rhino Entertainment Company, Warner Brothers release. There's some blurbs on the band there if anybody wants to scan that. and a good picture of the band. So I am very interested in hearing this. Great CD art. Very cool. There's the songs in the back. Some bonus tracks, so I'm assuming this is some kind of a remaster or reissue. Next, one of my favorite artists, and again, Randall Nelson, one of his favorite artists. He's got this guy's whole catalog. I've been a fan since he first his first album came out, produced by Jackson Browne. It's Warren Zevon, and I found this album, Learning to Flinch, and I had no idea what it was. And upon looking it up when I got home, it's a live solo acoustic performance. So I'm really interested in hearing this. I was kind of wondering if it was some kind of a comp, because there's a few of the songs here are quite his popular songs. Werewolves of London, Poor Pitiful Me, Rollin' the Headless Thompson Gunners on here, Lawyers, Guns, and Money, Excitable Boy. So this is pretty cool. I love Warren Zevon, and interested in hearing a solo acoustic Warren. Next, a band that I recently started to get into. I've been more than aware of them and knew couple of their more popular songs back in the day, is Midnight Oil. And I had picked up Blue Something Mine, I can't remember, which I really liked. And I picked up another album, which I can't remember what it was, which was good, but not as good as Blue Sky Mine. And so I ended up getting Diesel and Dust. I'm going to have to change the cover out because it's got some sticker on it. But Diesel and Dust, I don't know. That was their first big album, I think, with Beds Are Burning on it. Again, quite interested in hearing that. Here's a really interesting one for any Bluegrass fans out there. I saw this. It was actually sealed when I picked it up. And the only reason it interests me because it's produced by Jerry Douglas, the great dobro player and one of my favorite musicians. And I thought, what the heck is this all about? And then when I brought it home and started reading about it, but it's called the Earls of Leicester, Rattle and Roar. Now, the Earls of Leicester are an interesting lineup. From what I understand, this is kind of a tribute to Flatt and Scruggs and the Foggy Mountain Boys. Something to do with Doug Dillard. Sorry about that. Just trying to see where I lost my place here where it talks about that. I believe Doug Dillard started this. Douglas, the most accomplished and influential member of the dobro. Oh, that's Jerry Douglas. Okay, but anyway, so what I understand, I could be wrong here because I'm just kind of going from just a brief look at this, is I think Doug Dillard had something to do with starting this project a while ago or something. So they ended up putting another band together and doing this, and it's traditional bluegrass music. It sounds like Flatt and Scruggs. So if you're a bluegrass fan, it's fantastic. I'm trying to see the lineup of musicians on here because it's pretty amazing. There we go. The Earls of Leicester are Barry Bales. If you're familiar with Alison Krauss and Union Station, that's Alison's bass player. Sean Camp on guitar and lead vocals. The great Charlie Cushman on banjo. Now, Charlie Cushman is a great banjo player. He did one of my favorite banjo parts ever on a song on Tim O'Brien's Red on Blonde album, the tribute to Bob Dylan, on the song Signor. Charlie Cushman did the greatest banjo part on that song. One of my favorite banjo parts. Is just brilliant, and he's a great player. Jerry Douglas, of course, needs no introduction. Johnny Warren on fiddle, and Dan Auerbach plays on a couple of tracks. That's from the Black Keys. That's pretty cool. This was released on Oh Boy Records, I think. They give a special thanks to John Prine. And thanks to Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs and the Foggy Mountain Boys for giving us a reason for being. So, really cool Bluegrass album. I was so impressed. And I'm surprised I didn't know about this project before, but oh man, absolutely incredible. Next. So I got my nephew into Bruce Springsteen a couple of months back. He was over at the house, and I put on the No Nukes video, and we watched it, and he was blown away and became an instant Bruce Springsteen fanatic. So I went over to my shelf because I thought, well, if you liked that live Bruce, then you're really going to like this one. It's the Bruce Springsteen and E Street Band live in New York City. From the tour around 1999, which is my favorite Bruce Springsteen tour. I went to get the CD and play it, and I couldn't find it. I lost it, and it really upset me. So anyway, I found it for $4. So very, very cool to have that. I love it. And I think... yeah, it's just a double CD. But I love this tour. This was after a long hiatus when Bruce was on his own, and then he put the band back together. And this was their first tour in a few years. And they were just reinvigorated and really into it. And just loved the songs that they played, and the whole tour I thought was just so well put together. It was really energetic, and I love that one, so I'm glad to have that. Last but not least, R.E.M. is a band I've always liked, but had very few of their albums. I have Document and Out of Time. I can't remember, 3 or 4. And I picked up Green yesterday, too. So this has the song Orange Crush on it, which was a big hit for them. And I'm not sure, other than that, if I've heard much of this album before. So I'm kind of interested in hearing that. So like I said, I am going to be heading to a record store sometime in the next couple of days to pick up... oh, one more! Damn! The Tedeschi Trucks thing. I keep shouting from the rooftops how good this new project is that they're doing. If you're not familiar, they're releasing an album a month from June, July, August, September. I have the first 2 that came out in June and July. It's called I Am the Moon, the project. The first one was called Crescent. The second one was called Ascension. And I knew I was going to be down here on the day the third one was released, which was yesterday. So I ordered it and got it shipped to my daughter's house and got it yesterday. I've only had a chance to listen to a couple of songs, but it's just as outstanding as the first 2. This one's called The Fall. I can't recommend this enough. It's just blowing me away how good it is. All the songs are solid. Just a mix of real roots music. I mean, there's some New Orleans stuff on here. There's some solid blues stuff on here. There's even some world music tones in here, some jazz. Just everything is done brilliantly. There's such great talent. It's such a great band. And again, I Am the Moon. Buy these CDs. They're incredible. The vinyl, I think you can buy individual vinyl right now, but in September, I believe there's a box set you can get. If you go to their website, it's $89 US for the 4 albums. I missed out on an autograph box set, which was selling for like $160 or something. I probably would have gone for that. Anyway, this is just the project of the year for me. So I Am the Moon, Tedeschi Trucks. Check it out. Thank you, guys. I'm going to go for a swim. Everyone have a great day.